Hi, my name is Val Ramshur and I'm a costume designer in New York City. I also wear a couple of other hats. I'm the head of costume design at the Mason Gross School of the Arts at Rutgers University and the founder of the Costume Educators Forum. The Costume Educators Forum is an online community of over 800 educators from around the world, all of whom teach costume design, costume technology, costume history, and costume illustration. I've been a professional designer for over 20 years in New York, working on Broadway, off-Broadway, regional, film, television, dance, opera, live events, rock and roll tours, you name it. And I can tell you firsthand the incredible work being done in and around New York City with our costume shops, our costume artisans, our specialty vendors, you name it. Every time I bring a project through any one of these shops, it's a masterclass for me. I learn more and more every time about collaboration, creative problem solving, and creative thinking. Do you know what the CIC is yet? I hope you do at this point. The Costume Industry Coalition is made up of over 50 specialty shops, vendors, and artisans. They employ over 500 artisans in and around the New York City area from 39 different countries. If you don't know, please head over to the website at www.costumeindustrycoalition.com and check out any number of the great video content that's been created. The Page to Stage, which guides you from a concept to opening night, to designer challenges and behind the scenes profiles. Those 500 members that make up the CIC are some of the best craftsmen, artisans in the world. And they happen to be in the New York City area. And they also happen to be some alumni from our costume training programs at our colleges and universities here in this country. And that's what I want to talk about. How can the CIC and education work hand in hand? How can we continue to supply through our talent pipeline from our training programs at our universities, high schools, and colleges, all of the great artisans that we train, the next generation of designers, technicians, and artisans? How can we help save an industry so they have somewhere to go when they graduate? Did you know that in 2019, the CIC members completed over 30,000 costume projects for clients from Broadway, off-Broadway, film, television, ice shows, cruise ships, theme parks? Many of those team members were from our training programs. They were direct results of our classrooms and our experience as designers and educators. How can we help our students enter into an industry if it doesn't exist? So here's how we can do it. And here's where I ask you as educators to think about a couple of things. Whether you teach front of house, back of house, or on-stage classes, whether you teach lower school, high school, or higher education, think about, while you design your classes, your syllabus, and your course lessons, ways to bring the CIC, the Costume Industry Coalition, into your classroom. Are there projects, research projects, oral history projects that you can guide your students through to help them learn more about how the costume industry in New York City works and beyond? How about those shops, those artisans, those specialty vendors, those craftspeople, all of whom have incredible stories and skills to share, long histories in New York City, and well-respected all around the world? Bring them into your classrooms, your Zoom rooms. Find ways to have these guest speakers come in and share their knowledge with your students firsthand. And maybe you want to look at the ways that the CIC members have contributed, not only artistically, but financially to the local, state, and national economy. Our area is specific, it's bespoke, it's a niche, but it's a niche that supports an entire multi-billion-dollar entertainment industry. Finally, remind your students they're the future. This is their career. This is their calling. They have unique voices, they have a unique gift, and they need a place for this to go when they leave our training programs. And if we don't help guide them and educate them and show them ways that they can bring those talents and gifts into the industry to help the industry survive into the future and thrive, well, I don't know what to say. There's lots of ways to get involved. And then I'm also asking those who are not educators. Every time you watch a show, a video, a movie, you go to a live event, theme parks, Remember, all those clothes were created by real people. All those suits, headdresses, gowns, beaded work, pleating, all created by very dedicated, highly trained, highly skilled artisans. Real people who need real help right now. The Costume Industry Coalition has created a relief fund, and if you are able to give, please consider doing so. If you aren't, share the videos. Share this video. Share all sorts of video content on the website. Getting the word out, educating one another about what we do, how we support all the great entertainment and arts in this country is the only way that this industry is going to survive. It's the only way our students will have a place to thrive when they leave our training programs. If you can give, please head over to www. Costume Industry Coalition. Maybe you want to give in the name of someone who loved going to live events, loved costumes. Maybe you want to give in the name of a student who dreams one day of going through our training programs and entering into this industry. And like I said, if you can't, we know these are hard times, please just share the video content and get the word out. Thank you so much.